So now we're going to work on a teal layer. And we have stuff. Actually, we're going to work on 2 teal layers because this layer is going to be teal and then covered up with white, right? So we need to spread our teal bits out over a couple of places. I think we can do it like this, right? Trying to get it so you can see as much as possible. Okay, this stuff, and we're going to be using Mod Podge now. All right, I still got some tapey bits hanging off the edge, so let's get those. And you can tell this frame is warped. It was not made to be covered in Mod Podge or whatever. So with these ones, I used Pearly. We're going to use that later on. So I have some stuff we can use. This is the distress paint with the pearly stuff on it. And I love that. This is the Dilutions Glimmer Paint. And I don't like it. So, well, I mean, I don't like it for this project. So I'm going to put this aside. We're not going to use that for now. Let me see if I have, oh, I have some more stuff we can use up here. Let's see, what else do we have? Oh, let's pull some stuff down. Let us see what we have. Okay, so we have this, which I don't know if I'm going to use with this project. We have more of this, more of this. We got some of these. We've got this to annoy Deb at some point. Oh, we could use that in our gold layer. Okay. Gold layer, right? Gold layer. Just doing a little sorty sort here for a second while I get our teal stuff. Okay. So this is going to go somewhere along here to make the ocean. And kind of pull everything together. We got gold and we got blue. We got a little bit of teal in here. So this is going to be fun later. All right, so, and we got green. I'm not having a whole bunch of green. I have a little bit of green. Maybe we'll, I don't know. Maybe we'll put some green in the back here. I don't see this working. That's out. Okay, now let's do some fun stuff. Where's this really dark? We're going to go dark to light. So we're going to start with these dark pieces. I'm going to put these pieces on the inside and these pieces on the outside. So I'm going to start with my outside. And I think I'm going to put this in a corner and maybe this in a corner, right? Well, I kind of feel like if we're going to do that, I don't necessarily need them to be a corner, but I need a little bit of the dark to be peeking in on these edges. So we're going to start with dark, and I really do feel like this is just going to annoy us. So we're going to move that out for 1 minute. All right, this is the brilliance of using the silicone brushes for the Mod Podge. I know I show it to you every time, but it's really, really satisfying. If you've never used it, make sure you try it. And I'm just going to be doing traditional decoupage. Glue on the top, glue on the bottom, let it dry. Get it really stuck in there. Now, part of this frame will not be seen. It will be underneath the, it'll be underneath the outer frame. So, don't get attached to it, I guess is what I'm saying. Ooh, crinklies. Yeah, that's a little bit too crinkly for here. This layer on this frame, we need to try to get relatively flat, right? Like it doesn't have to be totally flat, but we can't have dimensional stuff because this is what's going to be sitting up against the, I don't know if you can see this one. It's what's going to be sitting up against, oh, I got a lot of glue on there. What's going to be sitting up against the picture frame. And I have a feeling that with all the crap that I've used, there's a good chance it is going to get stuck to the picture frame. I have a picture of my mom who passed away years ago that I can't put into a different frame because her picture is stuck to the glass. And I think I could scan her picture, make a new one, but I think if I tried to take it out of the frame as is, it would just ruin her picture, right? So I'm planning on warning Deb that she can never change out this frame. She gets what she gets and she can't throw a fit. There we go. All right, whew. So my friend Deb is very cool. She does stuff for other people all the time, and very few people do anything for her. Although she has a friend that just went out of town with her to help her because she'd fallen, took a bad tumble. So maybe that tide is turning and she's accepting help a little bit more. But part of my excitement for doing this is getting to do something fun for a friend who hardly ever has nice things done for her, right? Right. Oh, that'd go perfect there. I got like a spot. Boop, boop, boop. And you guys will be excited to know my X-Acto knife has come back from the dimension it was in. It's back with us, which will be very helpful because it was a pain in the butt trying to cut the papers off with snips. That was definitely not the right tool for the job. So, people in my family were trying to tell me that it wasn't, mostly Josiah. I have a funny story. So mostly Josiah was trying to explain to me that it didn't go to another dimension, that it was just on the counter. Or maybe it was Johnny. Anyways, then my super practical son came in and explained to me how Zeus was not going to let it rain anymore because he promised Josiah. So I'm definitely passing on a bit of my weird to my children. All right, this should be a fun edge, right? Let's start to get that there. And I am probably going to make marks on this. Now, what marks are just using paint to make crosses or circles or dabbies. And I haven't done a ton of that, so I'm a little nervous. But as with everything else, because I do everything in permanent layers and I use lots of acrylic paint, which is opaque, it makes me feel a little bit better because I can just go over it if I don't like it, right? Right. Well, there's Wally barking because we're in here. I'm going to put that right up there. Do I need it all? Nope. And we'll have a little piece left. All right, all right. Oh, I love that. I like when the white paper kind of comes in and can help consolidate layers. Okay. Oh, I have a little place right here where I feel like we could use something. And at this point now, all I'm going to do is keep going around, and you can stay with me. I'll chit chat with you. This isn't one of those ones where I make you disappear. But I just want to tell you what I'm doing. I am going to keep going around and adding different layers. Boop, boop, boop. Okay. I like a little bit of this, but I don't need tons of this, and I feel like I need a piece right there of something. Let's try this one. I like that we're getting more of the more of a kind of a greeny color in here, because Deb did say that she liked the green in our inspiration piece. And let's look at that again. Oh, I love that. So this is our inspo piece that she liked. right? So she likes green, she likes a little tatty. That's called distressed. Okay, so let's get another piece of this. Oh, I see a spot we could use something different. Let's come right through here. Get a little piece of that and break up all that print. There we go. That's nice. Okay, that's good. Oh, we need a little piece. Oh, we definitely need a piece of something over here. Let's hit this guy up this way. And this is going to be a slow dryer because I live in Florida, and whenever I do a Mod Podge layer, usually we're talking, I might be able to work on this tonight, but mostly if I left it till tomorrow, it would be much better for the whole process. Okay, we're gonna put a piece of this here with the circle in it. I like that. And we got a little spot to cover up there. There we go. All right, that's cute. And then I feel like we could break this up just a tad. And I guess I did a good job of moving around, putting these little pieces all different places. All right, and we need something right here because I got a white spot. So we're gonna come back in and see what I have for a white spot. Ooh, we have the, this stuff I made. Do we wanna start putting some fun? Let's see what happens. It's a little hard to tear the pearly. Okay. Do we wanna do a little piece of that? I do. I want to try that. This is deli paper. So deli paper is a trifle like tissue paper, but a little bit hardier. It can manage itself a little bit better. Okay, there we go. Ooh, that's fun. Ooh, I love that. Okay, I'm going to save some of that for the back. What else do we have? We have, ooh, some pale blue. With these guys, okay, I'm going to do this guy right here. This circly bit right, oh, I'm going to glue all my stuff to my stuff. It's starting to get ugly, people. And I sort of like the little jaggedy, edgy bit. I'm going to put that by the other circle. And I still don't know which one's the top and the bottom. I haven't decided yet. We'll have to see at the end. So now I have two little circles in a row. Those are fun. Okay, what else we got? I need something up there. So let's do another circle. I have those are Vicky Booten stencils with the fun circly patterns. Yep, stop gluing your stuff to your stuff. Okay. So we're going to put a circle up here. I don't know if you can see that. But you know I'm actually working on my artwork. I'm just letting you come sit and watch. Okay. One there. So I have 4. So I'm going to do one there and one there. And this one, I'm going to have a tail and a white piece. So I'm going to do that. Leave a little bit of that over there, but have a little bit more of the paint showing on this one. Because I like the brush strokes in the paint, and I like how on the white edge now that paper is coming through. So now we're starting to get layers. All right, can we do anything with this one the same way? Ooh, how about that? All right, I want to talk about orphans. So one of the things that makes your artwork look weird is when you have little pieces of stuff that aren't touching any other pieces of stuff. So if I did this and I left a gap right there, especially by that straight line, it would make him an orphan and him an orphan. But if I just cover the tiniest bit of that one on the left, now all of a sudden, instead of 2 orphans, I have connect, connect, connect all together, even though there's still room behind with other stuff. All right, Wally's yelling. I'm going to put this aside and get our other teal thing we're working on. Okay, now this is gonna be fun. So I think on this tissue, on this part, I need to do some tissue paper because deli paper is hard to get into these creases, where tissue paper is easier to manage around corners and things. So we want to get a bunch of Mod Podge in here so we can, this is acrylic paint. So acrylic paint is functionally plastic you're painting with. So you really do want to get it a little bit damp enough that we can get this in and keep our texture, right, of the cardboard. Otherwise, we're going to lose all that wonderful texture we made by pulling the cardboard apart. And I have a whole series of videos on this, so if you've missed any of them, there's a playlist and you can go back and watch all the layers to your heart's content. Okay, that's cute. I like how this came out. Now we want to get it stuck down really well though. Stuck down on this edge. Get this gooey gluey, right? There we go. Let's do a little topper on this one. Because Mod Podge acts as a glue and a sealer. So it's kind of, it's the magical art supply. It will help everything. Now I think most of this, I think she's going to be over, I think a bunch of this is going to have our rock and our, you know, our puggle, but we still want to do it. And then what I'm going to do with this teal layer is I'm going to put Zinc Ice, which is a translucent white, and this Pearly, which is a shiny luster white. So I want to get kind of a green-blue thing going on. Okay, so that's good there. I like that. Let's do blue dots, maybe in a corner. Yeah, right there. Excellent. And my pour paper is very wavy because it has so many, if I were to try to put this stuff on with regular glue, it would not be as wavy because part of what's happening is Mod Podge has a lot of liquid. It's a water-based glue, PVA to be specific, but I wouldn't be able to get the flatness and the blending of the layers if I was just trying to glue each layer on. So everything is a decision. Okay, so that turned out cute. I love that. And then these are the same colors. Let's put this up in the top. Do we want it? Sure, we can put our numbers right side up for Deb, just in case that matters to her. I already have backward numbers. I have a, what do you call them, Easter eggs, secret surprise. I can never remember if she's 53, a year behind me, or 54, the same age as me, just I turn 54 before she turns 54, because I have no idea when any of my friends' birthdays are, except, no, I was thinking I might know when Rebecca's is, but I don't. Which you may think makes me a bad friend, but I have 3 children, a grandchild, a husband, 2 dads, a mother-in-law, and I'm not good at numbers. So I'm already at the maximum amount of people whose birthday I can remember. So they have 2 choices. They can remind me it's their birthday, and I will take them out to dinner, or I can see them on Facebook, because Facebook will tell me when their birthdays are. Okay, that's cute. All right, let's keep going with our layers. What else we got? We got, ooh, this is a fun one. I say it like I don't know I made it. Look at me making fun things. I like this one. Okay, so let's get, do we want to do corner, corner again? Let's do corner, corner again. And I don't want to get too far over this. cardboard here. But that is straight on tissue paper, so that is going to be good for going around the cardboard, right? And this will be really melty with our top layer. And there's a hole, but I don't think we're going to get to see the hole. I like a hole. Okay, there we go. All right, now we have this layer. I'm very gloppy today. I think I'm in a hurry. I want to get to the fun stuff, the details. Plus, I made a whole bunch of cool gold cutouts. I don't know whether you'll see that before you see this, or you'll see this first and then that. But I made a whole bunch of cool gold cutouts that I want to get to work on. But I also want to get this going and starting it to dry. And I will probably use some sandpaper to get some of this off, because I want to get that cardboard effect back. But I can't right this second. Okay, a little bit of, oh, that's kind of, oh, it's white. Okay, that's good. So we'll do this over here. And when I started, I always wondered, why do you put things in the back like that if you're just going to cover them up, right? It was very weird to me. So number one, look, we can see the barest hint of it. So now we're getting another little piece of texture there. And number two, each layer that you build on is adding something to the piece. I don't like that straight line. So we're gonna tear this and get rid of that straight line. I'm not okay with that. There we go, better. Now there's a little bit of a straight line down here, but I think that will be behind enough stuff that now I'm just sticking myself to myself. Okay, whew. All right, so now let's do something here. What do we, oh my goodness, this. Deb wanted green, and we are not giving her any green. So let's hook a woman up with a little bit of green. And this, ooh, it has that jaggedy, so I don't mind an edge if it has a jaggedy bit, obviously. There we go, boop, boop, boop. We're gonna put that right there, because it's fancy. There we go. And we're gonna put another piece of this. Well, I can leave that top on, but I'm gonna tear this off. We're gonna put another piece of this over here. We're gonna have this in 3 places. This green, because it is a very shocking green compared to everything else in this project, right? So it's gonna, you want just little hints of it. You don't want it to be like, you know how I use these big pieces and made a corner? You don't want to do that with something that's like this different than everything else. And we don't want to lose all of this texture down here. So it's good it's tissue paper, because then we'll still be able to see some of that. We could even do a little sandpaper. Okay. Let's do a piece of this down here, because that's going to be a little bit translucent. And that's that India ink, giving us that fun edge, so we'll still be able to see underneath it. A little peek of the gold right there. I need something up there. Oh, I have another piece of it. Do we want to do that? Do we want it over here? Let's do this coming in over here, where that weirdness is. I am now so covered in glue that my paper is just sticking to me. It'll be okay. So you know who likes to play with the Mod Podge? Desi. Desi likes to peel the Mod Podge. I have a jar sometimes of Mod Podge, and she will fight to get to peel the Mod Podge. Okay, I have this, but I don't know that that's sending me anywhere. I have this. I have this. This is cool, but I feel like, okay, so I'm going to use a little bit of this on the edge Ooh, I kind of like that little circle there. Okay, I don't want, well, I guess I could. Let's put that there. And I do have a straight white line, but we don't want a straight white line. This one can go up on top. Okay. Oh my goodness, this thing is not going to dry for days and days and days and days. Okay. And Johnny, my husband, got me wax paper because I used to do this a lot in my journals before I started using a different kind of ink, and I didn't have as much, I had more Mod Podge and everything. And he got so sick, because his office is right over there. He got so sick of hearing me bitch about how I stuck all my stuff to my stuff that he got me waxed paper so I could stop sticking my stuff all to my stuff. I feel like I need something right there. Maybe not even something totally translucent, and then I feel like I need something right there too. And then we're gonna be done, I promise, for this time. Don't worry, I'll be back. I'll show you when I use the greens, show you how it came out. I know, me too. What's the matter, honey? Yeah, see, I need a little piece of something right there. And I have the perfect piece of something. Oh, this is gonna be fun. Wait till you see what we do with this when we add the white over top of this. This is gonna be just amazing. All right, I think everything's sort of stuck down. Everything is definitely stuck to me. And I am going to put this aside and let it dry a lot. Okay, this should be exciting because now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this and grunge it up a little bit. So I'm gonna use my sandpaper to kind of get some grit in there. Maybe if I go this way, there we go. Now we're starting to get a little bit of that paper coming off. And I love these sandpaper blocks. You know, I have a little bit of a wrist elbow issue. And the sandpaper blocks make it super easy to hold. Okay, so now we're gonna use two of the stickiest substances known to man, both made by Seth Apter. Okay, so the first thing I wanna do here is cut this off because I don't wanna waste my product going around on parts that won't be actually seen, right? Right. Okay, the little children came home from school. Deslin has homework. They're currently ravaging the kitchen like they haven't eaten in days. They don't like school food. But I think they also don't like taking food. I don't know. It's definitely a situation. And Desi's driving to school now because she's a big girl. She doesn't like her parking space. She did get one under a tree, which is good in Florida. But she said there was a big truck next to her, which is bad, no matter where you are. Okay, here we go. So now we're gonna do, first we're gonna try this ice. And this is translucent, so we're gonna see what it does. And this is gonna be, this is one of those takes forever to dry kind of jobbies. Okay, and it's getting stuck in our crinkles, which is fine. I like that. All right, but I don't want the palette lines. I'm fine with the crinkle lines. Okay, let's go. All right, and we may have to do this. Of course it's getting stuck in that. We may have to do this and then kind of wait. Ooh, it's stinky. Okay, so I don't know if you know this about me, but I can't smell almost anything. I have never really been able to smell much of anything. I'm allergic to almost all food. I'm allergic to dogs and kitties and almost everything, dust and trees and grass and pretty much anything in the environment. And then food. So that sucks. I'm allergic to soy and wheat, which is a bummer because wheat is often, soy is often the replacement in wheat substitute kind of things, you know, where you get that. So much like my allergies to the environment, I have just decided to try to be somewhat realistic about it. Try not to eat too much that I shouldn't. Anyways, where was I starting out with this? Oh, smelling. So, anyways, I'm not the world's best smeller by any stretch of the imagination. And so, when something smells, somebody laughed at me and said I got super excited about ties the other day, which is true. But whenever I actually, so now I can't smell it. I can smell something right away and then it just goes away. Ooh, why is this turning purple? I wonder if I had something purple on here that's melting. I don't need purple. I mean, I'm not offended. Let's see if we can get that purple off. Oh, yep, there's purple on this palette knife. Okay, and it didn't do it until it got melted, right? I would be willing to bet it's purple paint. Yeah, it's purple paint, all right. Okay, let's get that off. And we're gonna call that dimension. All right, so most of it's off now. Anyways, so when I smelled this and it smelled, I was like, a smell. My family just acts like I'm weird because every once in a while I'll smell coffee or I'll smell anything really. And I'm like, oh, did you smell that? It was a smell. And they're always like, yeah, Mom. Imagine that. It's a smell. People smell. And then I have to remind them that not all people smell. And this piece of paper is bigger than what I need for that hole. So we will probably not be going around to the edges. All right, I do feel like that's a little translucent, don't you? And we can always go in with some paint if we need to, but let's take a peek at this and see what's going on. All right, I feel like I would like more in there for sure. And I need this to get way whiter. Okay, so we're gonna do this right here and this right here. But then we're gonna get the pearly, which is opaque. So this is made to be transparent, so it's doing its job. But I really want something way more opaque. At least in part of the places, right? Right. All right. And doing multiple layers of this will pretty much assure that this will dry tomorrow. Okay, so this should give us better coverage. I was hoping it would cover some of that purple up, but don't forget, we're never gonna notice the purple. I'm just gonna stop fretting about it because we have butterflies and we have backgrounds and we have all kinds of stuff to put on here. All right. Ooh, I love the texture. I used pearly and teal for that part, and I love the texture of because it's a texture paste. It's called a luster paste. It's like a shiny texture paste. Oh, this is better, right? Because it's translucent, or it's opaque. It was made to cover better. Let's do this. But I don't want to cover all of it, right? What's the point of having a whole background and then covering it all up? but I want it knocked way back. Like my dad used to say, I'll knock you into next week. Maybe your parents didn't threaten you with violent harm, but mine definitely did. And Josiah's funny because I'll tell him, I'll knock you into next week, and he'll explain to me, you can't do that, number one. And number two, you wouldn't do that, Mom. And I'm like, you're right, but it's a good threat. I feel like it's a solid threat. Okay. Boop, right there. There we go. So we got some in there. We still got that stupid purple. How about a titch more right down here? I feel like there's a weird transition. Okay, good. Now, this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do a little bit up here, and then we're gonna squint at it. So don't squint yet, because then you'll get wrinkles. But we're getting ready to, in 1 minute, squint at this and see if there's any places where it feels like there's still a ton of color. Okay, so I'll squint. Okay, I feel like this is colory. Okay, I'm gonna squint again. Ooh. Well, there's this, the whole corner I didn't do. I don't know what they're doing. Are they vacuuming? Why? Why does this... It's good you guys understand that it's either noisy videos or no videos, because my house is weird. All right, look at that. I squinted and I could see that. So let's get a little bit on there. And I was thinking I might do a Seth Apter inspired little journal, because he does just art. So I tend to like to have something, maybe a Seth Apter Tamara Lepore journal where I do abstract or just art supplies art. I don't know. I feel like I want to stretch, and then I go, but you're not an artist. And then all the doubts and fears and everything come in. Okay. This is getting heavy. Okay, just so you know, this paper is getting really heavy just with art supplies. I hope it can hold itself on the wall. Okay, I like how this is doing. Where's its lid? Oh, there it is. Okay, let's take a quick peek and see how we like it with the thing. Okay, there you go. See how she's coming off more? And we might even do a little bit more, another layer. But for sure, I need to let this dry before we mess around with this again. And that's going to be tomorrow. Like, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Okay. So you know how I'm buying things and saying that they're for Deb's project? Well, this is for Deb's project. Not true. So for a while now, you have seen me using Tim Holtz archival ink. And these are, all this is permanent ink in the Tim Holtz colors. So there are only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 colors that are archival. Archival meaning permanent. So you have seen what I can do to a piece of paper. Oh, I just touched that. We can't have layers in my projects that aren't permanent, right? A lot of the distress colors, they're in the square tins. They look like this, like this. Those are not permanent. Those react with water. They react with lots of things. So I have bitten the bullet, and Ranger, who makes these distress, also makes these Wendy Vecchi ones. So I got some Wendy Vecchi ones. Okay, so this one appears to be similar. Bluebird, very similar. Okay, let's keep going. Now, this, because you have to buy them in sets. They'll only sell these mini ones in sets. If you want to buy the big ink pads, then they come in, you know, onesies, twosies. One, you can do one at a time. Let's dump these out. And then we're going to compare. Okay, there we go. All right, so we have this, which feels a little bit like faded jeans, right? Cornflower blue, faded jeans, probably pretty close. But red carnation, I don't like barn door, or red germanium, I don't like barn door. It's way too much of a orange red. I like more of a burgundy red. I got two browns, which I have more brown than anybody else in the world. But this, look at that, for Deb's project, right? This feels to me a little bit like peeled paint, maybe a trifle darker, so we'll try them. Sunflower is a super pretty color, which seems kind of in between spiced marmalade and amber. And then carnation red, which I think is a true red. So I got kind of a red and a burgundy. Okay, but we're gonna use them all. So let's think about what we want to do here. We want to kind of incorporate, I don't want this to show the actual color. I just want a hint of something. So I'm gonna get my blue Joogie Joogie out, and let's try this one. Ooh, let's try these two together. We're gonna try them both. So this is Tim Holtz and this is Wendy Vecchi. So Tim Holtz first. And I know what color this is. Okay, this is Mermaid Lagoon, which I love anyways. I just think it's such a pretty color. And then this is Bluebird from when, oh, okay. So it is a much brighter, oh, we don't want to get on there. I have to remember to try to be a little bit more delicate. It is a much brighter blue. Watch, we'll put them together. See how Tim's, and Tim says that all the time, his are more of a grungy color, and hers is a more vibrant color. Now, I like both, right? I tend to do lots of things that are grungy. And then it's exciting to have something different to maybe perk it up a little bit. Okay. So I don't know that you're going to be able to see all of these, but see, we're getting stuff on there. That's okay. I'm going to be doing gold on there, so if need be, I can paint it, but I'm going to try not to get too much on there. And then I don't like that at all, that just white circly bit. That is not okay for me. Little Tim Holtz action going on. Little grungy grunge. I think I probably would always tend towards the more vintagey, grungy side, but because they don't have his colors in all the colors I need or want, I don't know that you need art supplies. It just seemed to make sense to kind of try out some of these Wendy ones because she has a ton of colors. I don't think you can see this. I'm sorry. She is a artist, and I think she uses permanent inks more than Tim does, which I think is why she gets preferential treatment on the getting her colors in permanent inks than Tim Holtz does, which is fair. I mean, he loves the fact that all his stuff reacts with water. That just doesn't work when you're doing a mixed media oh, look, we need to cover that transition. Look at how nicely that did that. When you're doing a mixed media project like this, you just can't have layers that are walking around in the middle of your project. Okay, let's put those back. And let's do a tiny bit, oh, let's try these two that look similar. Okay, so this is Cornflower and Faded Jeans. So Faded Jeans is a real faded color, obviously. Duh. Okay, I don't want that kind of line that sort of went there. Oh, I guess that line's in there already. Okay, so let's do... I'm just getting a hint of some blue. Oh, you might be able to see it here. There we go. Now we're getting a little bit of the blue in here. Okay. And let's try this one. Again, I think it's like similar colors, but just, oh, good. Oh, I don't know if you can see this. Okay, just a little trifle bit brighter. Oh, I got a big spot over here that doesn't, it's gonna be under the thing, I'm sure. But let's not have big spots of no colors, just in case. Okay, that's coming up. Hold, please. I need to glue some stuff down. Oh, this didn't stick to the paper below. That's interesting. I was thinking it wasn't sticking to the base, but now we're getting to where it's all disgruntled with me. Okay, perfect. So that was our teal layer. I was thinking, do we want to try something? I went to Joann's yesterday, and because Deb has a project, I had to get this teal marker because I don't really have this color teal, and then I have this other color teal Posca pens. So we're gonna try, these are just paint pens. We're gonna see if we like marks. So marks are circles, dots, things like that. These are kind of big marks. So let's see if we like doing some dots just to add a little bit of interest. I'm going to do that there. Some there. And I have concerns that this is going to gum up my marker a little bit, my paint pen. And of course we have dogs. Now we're going to try this one. We have to go on a lighter one. Oops, we have to prime it. What you do is you push it down and then the ink comes into that nib. So you don't have to, like, I'll see people start to prime things and they'll just keep pushing, pushing, pushing. All you're doing is opening and closing the valve up in there. And so it's gonna take longer, where if you just push it and let the paint has to flow down into that nib. It's all that, it's just science, right? All right. Oh, there we go. All right, so we're gonna do, I was thinking some crosses, like choppy crosses. All right, this can get out of the way for right now. And Wally's going ape shit, which means that there's a squirrel. His arch nemesis, squirrels. Oh, I kind of like that, don't you? Let's do a couple down here. 1, 2, 3. Okay. 1, 2. Oh, those look a little bit more like X's. Maybe we add some X's into our cheese. Oh, fun. I feel like it's just helping bring a little bit of interest to these sort of spots where there's not a lot going on, right? So we have this side, this side, this side, and you something up here. How about right here? And you can hardly see that, but your eye will be happier. All right, so that's it for the teal. I will be back